Welcome back to the last segment of Bernama Today. We have a very special guest in the house, Mr. David Fike, who is the President of General Insurance of Zurich Insurance Malaysia Berhad. And before we talk to David, we're going to take a look at a very special video. Let's take a look at this video of introduction video, and then we come back and talk about it.
They say love makes the world go round. At Zurich, Malaysia, love is at the center of everything we do. For our customers, our employees, partners, sales advisors, consultants, and for the communities we work and live in. Since 1872, Zurich has channeled our passion into understanding, managing, and minimizing risks for our customers worldwide. By really getting to know our customers, we understand what is important to you and what you truly value. We know you want the very best for those you truly love, and that includes the best protection for them. That is why we continuously develop comprehensive insurance and takaful solutions for your changing needs to enable an informed and secure future. We know some of you want full protection benefits plus savings to retire worry-free. Some of you want travel protection before, during, and after each trip for total peace of mind. We know business owners want assurance and support for smooth daily operations. And everyone wants to know that assistance is just a call away, day or night. Zurich, Malaysia connects and supports our customers with more than 40 branches nationwide. Together with our experienced partners, we dedicate ourselves to helping you protect your assets, your job, your future, and your dreams. All of us at Zurich, Malaysia are committed to being socially and environmentally responsible. Through our CSR programs, we get the opportunity to give a little of ourselves for the betterment of the community we serve. Backed by almost 150 years of global experience and expertise, we will continue to seek new and innovative ways to provide solutions that help you protect all that you truly love. Zurich, for those who truly love.
Right, David, I've watched the video. Now, I know Zurich as a general insurance company, but what I heard from you is that a year ago you guys acquired the takaful part of it, right? And currently you're renaming it Zurich Takaful. So what can we expect from the near future from this?
Sure. Well, Fabian, first of all, thank you for the opportunity to be on the show today. Zurich has made a commitment to investing in Malaysia, and about a year ago, we acquired a takaful insurance company. We've been integrating it over the last 12 months. The integration is going quite well. And really what this does is it allows us to access a broader demographic of Malaysians. And so for us, we are now the 8th largest general insurer in Malaysia. Obviously, we'd like to get bigger. Our goal is really to provide great service and great insurance protection for Malaysians, as the video mentioned. But to get from 8 to number 1, we want to do that a bit differently. We want to go about that, rather than taking somebody else's slice of the pie, we actually look to make the pie bigger. And that goes to highlight the fact that insurance penetration in Malaysia is actually quite low. So we have an overall goal, particularly with our takaful capabilities, to improve the insurance penetration.
Do you have a number for it?
When
you say low take-up rate for insurance in Malaysia,
it's about 2% of GDP. Yeah, so it is pretty low. And if you take a market like France, for example, a more mature, France would be closer to the high single digits. So you know, the opportunity to increase insurance penetration in Malaysia is quite good, and takaful allows us to do that.
Right. Okay. From there, let's move on to motor insurance, because we know that there is a bit of a change on July 2017. Right.
Sure.
I've paid my insurance, so it's not really much of a problem to me. But you see, I understand that there are some rates changes and the tariff changes, and a few things that are a bit different. Maybe you can share with us a little bit more on what are those changes.
Sure.
Yeah.
And Fabian, the changes are actually quite significant.
Okay.
Maybe I'll just give a brief
Yes,
history.
Sure.
The insurance industry is regulated. The central bank regulates the insurance industry. And for decades, the regulators have imposed tariffs. Tariffs are simply fixed prices that sit across the entire industry. So there's very little differentiation across insurance companies. And when you have very little differentiation, there's little competition.
Right.
So about 4 years ago, the regulators started working with the industry to create a roadmap. And this roadmap would define the way forward for liberalizing insurance in general insurance in Malaysia. So this has been a process that started quite some time ago. In 2016, insurers got the insights of Bank Negara, how they would roll this out. And we had about 12 months to put this together. And over the last 12 months, several new products have come on the market. And as of last month, insurers are now allowed to charge risk-based pricing, which basically means risk pricing based on the risk, as opposed to a tariff rate. So for consumers, this means greater flexibility, more choice, and hopefully better insurance premiums.
Well, better means of more affordable, I hope.
More affordable.
More affordable.
More affordable.
Right. Now, then there are so many things to look at as well, because, you know, we have, the last time I did insurance, I know that older cars will get, you know, higher premiums and all those, right? But how does the market respond to this phrased liberalization of motor tariffs so far? Because it's just not too many months.
I was going to say, it's still very early days, Fabian. So I think when you look at how the regulators went about this, the first thing that they did is they went and looked at the different parts of the world who went through a similar process of deregulating, and they learned from that. And what they learned is that you don't want to move this too quickly, because what happens if you move it too quickly, and this happened in some markets, where the industry had to go back to tariff rates, and that created a lot of chaos.
Right.
So, you know, certainly the regulators don't want any chaos. And so it is a very phased approach, and I think you'll see over the next several months, as the regulators get comfortable with how the insurers are going about this, I think you'll see de-tariff taking hold and more changes coming.
Right. Well, for me at least, I buy my car insurance online, right? And
Great.
a lot of things are done online these days. You don't need to meet another person, don't need to go to a shop to get it printed, and also, right? And JPJ gets a copy on the spot, right? So you mentioned that there are more innovative model products with competitive pricing. And now the premiums are based on what kind of new environment?
So premiums are probably the most complicated part for consumers to understand. I'll try and simplify this. If you think about tariff rating, they're fixed prices. Tariff rating was really based on the value of the vehicle. So if you had a
100,000 vehicle, let's say, for example.
So if you have a low price vehicle, say 50,000, you're going to pay lower insurance premiums. If you have a higher price, you're going to pay higher insurance.
That's the old one, right?
Yeah, that's the old one. So moving forward, and what's interesting is that cars aren't the ones causing the accidents, right? People are causing the accidents. So with liberalization, what can take place now is that insurers are allowed to impose risk-based pricing. So it's based on your driving behavior and your risk profile.
On your claims of insurance, so to say.
Absolutely. Claims is a part of it. But it's also very interesting that when we went and looked at the different segments, and we analyzed data from a variety of a variety of industry data and our own data.
Okay.
I'll tell you something not necessarily good for you and me, but females are better drivers than us. The data suggests that females are better drivers than us.
Because they have more patience. Am I right?
They do have more
Yeah,
patience.
exactly.
They
So-
do have more patience.
So now, how do we know that we're paying a fair price? Because sometimes you and me may, deny certain things, right?
True,
Yeah.
true. So I think the best way you're going to find out is you're going to have to shop around. I mean,
Okay.
think about any expensive product that you buy today. You're going to understand what that product is, and you're going to shop around. So. I would encourage people to go online. You said you bought you buy yours online.
Yes, yes, correct.
There's great information online.
Okay.
And I would encourage people to go online and take a look, and then ask your agent to if you're dealing with one of our agents, ask your agent. Say, is this the best price? You got to ask the question.
Right.
So because it's important to realize it's very different than it was 2 months ago, where everything was pretty
Standardized,
much
pretty much standardized.
Correct.
Now, you spoke a lot about general stuff. Let's talk about your company itself. What have you guys been doing? I mean, how did you respond to this?
Well, we responded by actually looking at the data.
Okay.
And we created a new comprehensive motor policy called Z Driver.
Okay.
What's interesting about Z Driver is Z Driver gives you some flexibility, so you can really customize and create an insurance product that fits your needs. So it's really, and we call it value based, because you can have value add-ons that allow you to actually create a holistic product that gives you 360 degrees of protection.
Okay, maybe you can share with us a little bit of your unique selling point before we go. Yeah.
So maybe I'll talk about flexibility, affordability, and practicality.
Okay.
Flexibility. So there are value add-ons that I mentioned before. So for instance, keys of yesterday, they used to be a little metal thing that you inserted into your ignition.
Correct.
It's very simple.
Yeah.
Today, keys are so sophisticated, some keys can even park your car for you.
That's right.
They've become expensive.
BMW keys.
Some of the expensive cars, but even the not so expensive cars, you'd be surprised at how much those keys are to replace.
Right.
So we have value add-ons that allow you to have key replacement. So in the event of theft or...
I had my key replaced once, so I know.
It's expensive, right?
It's really expensive.
It's really expensive. So these are very simple add-ons, not very expensive, but in the event of that loss, you can have that.
Okay.
So the ability to customize and put those value add-ons is very critical.
Right.
In terms of affordability, we talked about the female segment. So we looked at different segments. The other interesting fact is that families who drive SUVs, they tend to be safer drivers, better drivers, and so they've got kids. They're watching out for more. Right. So the affordability factor is really something that really all consumers should look out for and understand. Are they in that safe driving segment? And then the last thing, practicality. So when you think of practicality, one of the things that comes with practicality is the ability to have voluntary excess. Voluntary excess allows you to increase your deductibles and lower your insurance premium by 20%.
Okay, that's a lot.
20% is a lot.
Right. If you want to find out more about insurance packages, I think you have a website to go to, right? Zurich.com.my.
We do have a website, zurich.com.my. But you can also go to our valued agents. Our valued agents are up to speed on the Z Driver product, and they can certainly share that with you.
Right. Thank you very much for watching Thursday's edition of Bernama Today. David, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you very much, Fabian. Appreciate it.
And thank you for all the information that you've shared with me today.
Happy to do
and for
that.
you at home, of course, during your reruns, you can actually listen to this again and again, over and over on our website, TV channels, and more. Stay tuned. We got a news updates right here on Bernama News Channel.